Hello and happy Friday. It is April 14th, 2023. I'm Nancy Burt-Preece, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and here's all my contact information. So what are we going to do today? We are going to create this card with the Petal Park and the Regency Park, Petal Park and Sentimental Park stamp sets. We're also going to use a wonderful punch that comes with Petal Park. There's a wonderful die set. We are not using that today, but I highly recommend that. So when you do yours won't look like it's been ripped up like mine is a little bit not laying as great as I'd like to, because I changed my mind midstream. You know how that goes. So how did I do this? Well, let me start with the background. This is a 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. I have two pieces from the Regency Park Designer Series paper. They are 2 inches wide by 5 1/2. So I laid one on, and then I adhered one on. I kind of left a little bit on the side, adhered the other one on. Then in the middle, I changed my mind. That's why mine is kind of peeling up, but I like this idea better. This wonderful Night of Navy ribbon that is in the mini catalog. You are going to, and I didn't bring it here, you can either use a little adhesive here and then just put this one down and put that one down. Or I will also have some tape. Sometimes it's just nice to put a piece of tape there in the back. Put a piece of tape there, and that's going to be the middle piece. So that's how that adheres to your card. On the inside, I used the Sentimental Park, and I used Let's Celebrate You, and I used a little bit of flowers and a leaf from the Petal Park. So this is in black, this is in coral ink. So let me show you the real part is how we are making these colored. So what I did is this is deckled rectangle, which if you come to my class at the Art Center will be cut for you. And then you'll have some scrap paper, and I just stamped those 3 from Petal Park. So I have 4 different colors today of my watercolor pencils. Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Flirty Flamingo, and Calypso Coral. So the first thing I'm going to start on this one. I'm going to start with the Night of Navy. And I saw this, Patty Bennett did this in January, and I thought it was a really clever idea. So I'm coloring this. It's just a different way to use watercolors. I'm coloring it, and you notice I'm putting a lot of dark color, but it's only at the bottom of the flower. And then I'm coming around with each one with the Night of Navy. You can do any flower you want. It's totally up to you. I'm going to do this one in Calypso Coral. Same thing towards the bottom of the flower. I'm putting some of the watercolor pencil. And of course, I stamp these in Memento ink, which is best for watercoloring because it won't bleed, which is great. Alrighty. And then the last one I'm going to do is a little bit on the edge with the Flirty Flamingo. Takes you just a couple seconds and you're all done. Then I'm going to take the color, Stampin' Up! Color Lifter, which is for the blends, but it's sort of like a blender pen, but it's just a little bit different, gives you a different effect. And then I'm going to just bring that into the middle. Depends on how dark you want it. You notice I'm leaving a little bit of white space. Same thing, just kind of bring that into the middle. Just gives you a really pretty blended look. Alrighty. I might blend that up a little bit so it's not quite so white down there. You can always add more color, however you choose. I'm going to do the same thing with the leaves. I'm going to bring some down at the bottom. Well, this one, I guess you would classify it as the top of the leaf. I don't know. Is it the bottom of the leaf, the top of the leaf? I don't know. But I am doing some of this, just adding some in. You notice I'm not exact, and I got a little bit out of the line. So if I do that, sometimes I just come around and make sure like it was supposed to be that way. And you know what? If people look that closely, well, it's a homemade card, you know. Sometimes I go out of the lines, and that's okay. I'm just putting a little bit in kind of in the middle in this one, these little tiny leaves, because you want to be able to pick up color throughout. Same thing. Color lifter. And I'm just coming through and pulling that color kind of down a little bit. Just pulling it so it's a beautiful shade. And once again, I'm doing it relatively quickly, but you can add more if you want the leaf to be darker. It's a real easy technique to just keep adding some however you want. It is simple. Okay, so very simple. This part is ready to go on my finish card, and all I have to do is turn my punch over, add these in. Now, I need a little bit of that off because it doesn't come straight to the edge. Just rip a little off, or you could be really official and take your scissors. I just tend to just rip it. See how I have that as close as I can. It may not be perfect. There we go. Punch them out. And I had to kind of figure out how I've seen people put the flowers on. And they usually put the flowers on this one. I would pop them up. That's a total personal preference. And then these are from the mini catalog. Some of these are really pretty little sequins that I just put in the middle. So an easy card using Regency Park, some of our watercolor pencils, and our color lifter. So I hope you enjoyed that. A fun, different technique, but it's easy and it really is a wow factor. All right, have a great day.